Hey guys, it's Gwen with some trash reality shows you can check out on Netflix if you're totally bored with your list right now, if you're stuck on quarantine, if you're at home with your kids and you can't stand it. This stuff is definitely gonna help. I've watched all these shows and they're terrible. They're so bad. But it's like funny bad, so it's definitely entertaining and there's like a lot of episodes, so it'll like kill some time for you. The first one I have is The Circle. So you guys probably saw this like pop up on Netflix maybe in February. So if you haven't checked it out yet, it is so dumb, but I got sucked in. I didn't expect it at all. So there's a bunch of contestants. It's like a game almost. I also kind of got the vibe that it was like going to turn into a horror movie for some reason, but it didn't. It was just like a silly kind of game, like social media based kind of game. So all the contestants or the people playing the game are in like kind of an apartment alone and they can't video chat with each other, but they can kind of like text. So it kind of reminded me of like AOL Instant Messenger, like back in the day. So they can only like message each other or they can do like groups where they can kind of like, but it's like scheming. So you have to like get your allies together because every couple days there's like, people, you have to kind of like rank all the people in the circle. So, you have to rank them from like your favorite to your least favorite, and whoever gets the top two spots gets to be influencers based on like who everyone likes, and then the influencers have to decide who to get rid of. So sometimes, and like the rules change all the time, so like, you never know what's going to happen, which is why I got sucked in. So sometimes only one person has to get eliminated, sometimes it's two people, and whoever does get eliminated can go see one other contestant in person so you can see like how they really are. And then a twist with the game is you can play as yourself. So you bring in like a bunch of like pictures from like your social media and then you make a profile and that's how everyone kind of sees who you are. So you can play as yourself or you can play as a catfish. So there's a guy on there that's playing as his girlfriend because he thinks that like it's easier to relate to like a pretty girl. So he played it as his girlfriend. And he's low-key my favorite. So there is two contestants on there from Delaware County, Pennsylvania, which is where I'm from. So I like freaked out. Like that was so cool. So like the one girl went to Cabrini and another guy's from Conshohocken. So like that was really cool. So I would definitely just give it like a couple episodes till you like really get that sucked in feeling. The second trash reality show you should check out on Netflix is Love is Blind. Okay, so this is like maybe for fans of The Bachelor, if you know that The Bachelor is like bad. But this is like there's a group of women and a group of men, and it's kind of like speed dating, but you're each in your own little pod and you can talk to each other. So it's kind of the same thing as The Circle. Like you can't see each other, you can only talk, and you have to kind of like ask like the big questions and try to get to know these people really well. But some people didn't like advance further in the game, I guess, I don't know, or in the show, and then some people proposed, and like once you propose then you get to meet them in person, and then they go like on a vacation with all of them, so you kind of like have time alone and you can see like if things are going to really work out, and then at the end of the show they have to decide if they like want to get married or not. So I think it only happens in like a very short amount of time, like 6 weeks. So there's 5 couples that end up like kind of making it into like the next stage of the show. And then again, I got sucked in. I was like, this is so stupid. But it's like, I end up like caring. I'm like, oh my God, when they're like fighting and stuff, but it's like just trash and like, you're gonna love it. Speaking of The Bachelor, The Bachelor is on Netflix. I just saw it like a couple weeks ago. My sister and I were in Florida for a couple days and the weather like was a little spotty. So we were like, let's see if we can find something to watch. And there's one season of The Bachelor on Netflix and it's from like 2009. What? I don't know. So the guy's name is Jason and he was like the final, you know, guy in The Bachelorette the season before, and the girl said no and he proposed, so he got his own season of The Bachelor. And I remember watching The Bachelor when I was in like 5th grade, like right when it first started, and I was like, this is stupid, and I was 10, okay? But now it's like I need something to watch while I'm folding my laundry. I need something to watch while I'm cleaning my house, and The Bachelor is perfect for that. Or if you need to like drown out your family if you're done with the quarantine and it's only like day 4. But I didn't think I was gonna like it, and it is like very dumb, and they go on these like elaborate dates and it's like not realistic at all. But apparently my sister was telling me the girl that he ends up picking in the end, they're still together. So like, wow. So that really brought it all together for me. Another trash kind of dating show you can check out is Back with the Ex, which I had never heard of before. This is an Australian kind of dating show, so I love Australian accents, so that was like a big plus for me. But there's like four couples, and they basically are like kind of trying to reconnect with an ex that maybe like there's unfinished business, or like things aren't really over, or whatever. So each one had kind of like a different problem of like why they broke up in the first place. Like one of them cheated, one of them had a really long distance relationship, one of them there was like communication problems. So like it's like real kind of stuff that's like relatable. I was like, oh, I could see myself in like some of these people. But they're all different ages too. So it's like, you know, it doesn't matter like how old you are, like what experiences you have, you'd probably be able to like relate to some of these people. And it ended a little bit differently than I would have thought, which was kind of cool. And then that was another Florida trip Netflix binge with me and my sister, and then we ended up like looking up all the people on the show afterwards to like see if they were all still together, or like what happened to them. So that was really interesting. And then the last one, which I don't think is trash, okay, but it is a reality show on Netflix. It's called Dancing Queen, and this has been on my list for like a while now, and I don't know why I didn't watch it, but it's one of the contestants from RuPaul's Drag Race, which is like one of my favorite shows. It's Alyssa Edwards, if you know her. And then, so she is a drag queen, obviously, in Texas. And then, like, that's like her night job, and she's a performer, and she goes all around the world. But then her day job, she's a dance teacher. So if you watch Dance Moms, or if you know about that show, it's kind of like a hybrid between RuPaul's Drag Race and Dance Moms, which are like two of my favorite reality shows. So I was like, this show is so me. I watched all 8 episodes in like one day. Oops, quarantine. So make sure you check that out. It's definitely worth it. And it's like, oh man, I like love drag. So the drag on there is so good. There's like dance breaks and like kind of like music videos that they shot. But then it kind of goes into like family drama with Justin, who is Alyssa Edwards, with his family. So I thought that was like a nice touch too. So you kind of got to like know him a little bit better too. So yeah, so recap, 5 trash reality shows you need to watch on Netflix are The Circle, Love is Blind, Back with the Ex, the 2009 season of The Bachelor, and Dancing Queen. So hopefully that will help you with your quarantine troubles. Make sure you like and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get a notification when I have new videos, because I'm gonna just keep doing them because this is really fun and I like hanging out with you guys. So thanks so much. I'll talk to you guys soon. I'm Karle Gwen.